Welcome again, everybody, to another episode of Wish You Were Beer, a weekly live beer review show that, despite YouTube's new changes to their content management, we are still on. I keep trying to get us kicked off, but here we are.
They clearly haven't seen episode 26.
Thank you. Well, I think we had to edit out a few things. Now, that being said, thanks as always for joining us. You can find all the information you need about the show down in the About section. If you're logged into your YouTube, make sure you comment along with us. Let us know what beers you're having. Chat with us. We're happy to try to keep up with you as much as possible while we're running our mouths as well. But you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you like and subscribe our YouTube channel as well, which is how most of you are likely watching this.
It could be on Facebook.
It is on Facebook.
Oh,
but
good.
My grandmother doesn't watch us.
That's unfortunate. I think she'd be proud.
She doesn't remember me. That being said, we use Beer Drop and Tabor, Halftime, a litany of other ways to get our beers. So make sure you follow our calendar. We try to keep it updated as much as possible so you can try to find what beer that we're getting, where we sourced it from, so that you can try to pick it up and find it as well. Because it's way more fun when we can have people having the same beer and we kind of talk about it and go around the horn with it, so to speak. As always, I'm Daniel. This beautiful woman is Tiffany, who some reason hangs out with me, and Philium.
I don't get a beautiful.
Not today, soldier.
Oh, but I look so good.
That color is actually really good on you.
I'm sorry, what is that shirt, too?
I have no idea. It's
really?
Like, it says, fight for Washington State.
Washington State. Okay, yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was, but I didn't want to get out of hand.
I've been running low on shirts because, I've been traveling so much. I'm on the same exact shirts I've been wearing since, June. I've got, a week's worth, which if you watch the show, you'll notice I wear pretty much the same shirts. And so I went down to this thrift store down the street. And I just bought a bunch of T-shirts for $3 each. And now here I am with a bunch of graphic tees. So I'm sporting Washington State tonight.
By thrift store and graphic tees, did you go to the Old Navy?
Yeah. Is that not a thrift store? It says all the shirts say vintage. So.
According to my emails, though, I can get all kinds of shit for $2.
It's a legitimate vintage store.
It is.
Yeah.
It's only found in the malls.
Yeah.
No, I meant he meant the store he went to.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it is.
Still talking about Old Navy.
Although they do sell some Old Navy shirts in the vintage store, and I'm kind of like, I don't think that this counts.
I remember as a very small child shopping at the Old Navy, and I may or may not be more than 22. So that would make it definitely at least 20-something years old.
Oh, no, there is no other obvious reason that you're as old as you are, which is not 22, on the fact that you keep referring to it as the Old Navy. I remember shopping at the Old Navy.
Yeah, the Old Navy. Back then, it was just the Navy.
Yeah, exactly. Girls your age shopping at the Navy means a whole different thing, especially in this area.
Oh, like my grandma's era.
Oh, right. Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
You
know what? I'm doing well.
You settled?
Almost. This is the last show from prison, so that's exciting. Except for when they just transfer me to another prison, and then
more security.
Yeah, we'll see what that one looks like. But this will be my last show in this prison.
Nice.
Good. The pod that I have not seen of the stuff from May. We packed the pod up in May in New York City, and it has arrived in LA today. And I opened that thing up and just saw all the junk and said, I don't know, what do I have all this stuff for?
A lot of Tom Brady jerseys.
Oh, so many. just boxes and boxes of Tom Brady jerseys.
So many Gronk bobbleheads, and they're on the wrong jerseys now.
You're gonna make me sad because I have to watch them.
I know, the game is Sunday.
It's gonna be awful.
Phil will be live streaming the game as he watches it while he drinks beer.
I can't live stream that. I do some pretty nasty things when Tom Brady's on the screen, so no one wants to see it.
Fair.
Okay.
But this will be with tears, so.
So real nasty things.
That's gonna get real nasty.
Oh Lord.
How about you
That's
two?
good though. So you're getting settled.
Yeah, getting settled. We'll see.
Good. What are you cracking open right this second? Is the real question.
Sam Adams.
I had a 6-pack from last week, so I figured I'll do the opposite direction this time.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to open up the Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
I'm actually currently having a Billsburg Oktoberfest, which if you guys follow along with us, Tiffany and I were there Sunday to shoot a video for them. They have their Oktoberfest event coming up this weekend. So if you follow along with us or keep up on the page or on Instagram, more importantly, Tiffany and I will be there Saturday, probably the better part of the day. They're going to have 19 different breweries, little 8-ounce pours per brewery.
Yeah, I was watching. So you guys sent me that footage from when, and you can watch the clip of your promotion for it.
Yeah.
And when he said 19 breweries and you get 8-ounce pours from each of them, I was like, what?
Yep. Yeah, that was basically my reaction as well. I was like, now I'm not great at math, but
I'm sure Vera will answer. Vera, how many beers is that? But that's insane. What a good deal.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, what was it, $40 a ticket?
Yep.
Yeah, 45 at the door.
Yep.
45 at the door, but still, you get a glass. It's 8-ounce pours, multiple food trucks,
music.
band. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it actually because they have a great outdoor space. So it's
175 ounces. Thanks, Farrell.
Yes.
There we go.
Check.
It's a lot. It's a lot of
that
ounces.
that is a lot. That's like a Tuesday morning for Daniel.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's why we're gonna split it so that I don't just drink all of them.
No.
I think it's funny that you get one of those steins like what you're drinking out of. I think tonight, Tiffany.
I brought it back.
It was a little smaller.
It's a little small.
Yeah. So this one's like really heavy glass. This one's like a promotional mug, so it's thin.
No. Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought I was like.
No, the one we're gonna get this weekend.
It's not a promotional one. It's just smaller. It's more.
It's not as thick as this thing. This is, hey, someone breaks in the house. Oh shit. Like this is a weapon. It's a beer mug.
I do like though that they're gonna give you 8-ounce pours in those giant.
Well, that was
I kind of hope that they're just gonna give us the like commemorative glass and then just give us a small 8-ounce.
They're not.
Like
they're not.
little.
It'd be better though.
Corey was like, yeah. Like, would it be weird if we used the stein? And I was like, I don't think so, because I know in every festival I've ever gone to or poured for, you don't usually give just the 8 ounces.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
what are they? They got a little gauge on there.
Right. And so my thing is like serve it out of the big glass. Like if people run out of beer, that's the purpose of going to these festivals.
They're calibrating their travel kegs. No way.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 4 hours long, right?
Yeah, it's not a very long one. And
4 hours. No, it's 12 to 6.
No,
it's 12 to 4.
12 to 4?
Yeah.
God, that's a lot. That's a lot of ounces in 4 hours, man. I was hoping.
So glad you were listening while you were shooting that video.
Right.
Yeah, I was 3 beers in, and it was 9 in the morning.
It was great, though. I thought you guys did a great job with that.
It's literally the only reason I go and shoot videos as well. Like, similar for the hats on the show. Like, how do I sucker these people into giving me beer before they open? Like, whatever you guys need from us, we'll do it. Yeah,
I'm so tired of drinking at 11. How can I get there and start drinking at 9?
You guys open at 12? I've been here since 8 drinking.
I helped him clean out all the taps in the morning.
So, speaking of beer, what's going on today?
Yeah, what are we drinking?
Well, it is still Oktoberfest.
True.
So we are continuing on, and we are drinking a Festbier this week.
Yes.
Who wants to pronounce that one?
It's Tuker.
Is it?
Tucher Bräu.
Yeah.
I already don't remember. So I'm glad you got it. So this is a Festbier. Last week we drank Oktoberfest, American style Oktoberfest.
Correct.
This week we are actually doing a Bavarian Festbier. This is like legit. Honestly.
I was going to say this should be like a true Festbier. Like, not all the variations and craziness. This should be what a Festbier tastes like.
And it's brewed in accordance with Bavarian purity law.
Correct. Which means everyone brewing it was virgins.
Yes, that's what I assume.
Yes.
I think you're thinking of that.
So this is a true German fest beer. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. It's honestly, so we've had this one for a long time, and it was warm when we got it, so it's been in our pantry. We didn't want to refrigerate it, so it didn't sit for like a month or whatever.
Yep.
And we almost forgot about it.
Yeah.
It's like 2 days ago, Tiffany was like, "Oh shit, I gotta put the beer in the fridge," because it was like stocked in the pantry, and it's been in there so long. It was like chicken noodle soup, breakfast cereal,
stuff.
Beer.
Oh, Sunny D.
Thank you, Phil. Yes, that's exactly what it was like.
SpaghettiOs. It was all just very Daniel's thing.
Let's just keep aging ourselves throughout this whole
Yeah,
show.
let's make season 1 Family Guy references. Great.
We did see the first episode the other day.
Oh yeah, it was on TV.
The
and it was
first
like-
episode of Family Guy?
First,
Yeah.
and it was awful.
It was like 2D animation, actually. It looked like a Sting
Yeah.
video from the 80s.
I can't believe that show's still on. to be
I believe
honest.
it, sister.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's too relevant.
Well, should we get into this?
Let's
Yes.
try it.
What should
Oh,
we
wait.
do?
No, not yet.
No?
Yes.
We'll just wait.
Cool.
We'll do some trivia and history and facts.
Still my
I'm
favorite song.
never
Honestly,
changing it.
honestly, like I have dreams of it at night. It's such a good track. Like I wake up and I'm like,
It makes you like skip into like the fridge and get your first beer of the day. You're like, I'm here to learn.
hey,
Crack.
I came to learn.
Read the can.
That's why I'm here.
Before we do get into trivia, I did want to talk about this one beer that I posted a thing on social media.
Oh,
then
yeah,
we'll get into it. I forgot about this, but Curtain Up, Save the Arts. I posted a little video about this because it was super. It's a cool cause. It's basically the Happy Hour guys. I don't know if you know these two guys. They're like Broadway actors that kind of started this fund, and they basically have gone to breweries and they've made Broadway-based show beer. So it's like they've got like a Hamilton beer, they've got a Waitress beer, and they were at 5 and they wanted to make it a 6-pack, and then the pandemic happened and they kind of everything got stopped, and then they were like, well, how can we help everyone? So they decided to just do a general Broadway Actors Fund beer that just provides money towards the Actors Fund, which helps out everyone in that industry. But what they did was they gave it to Gun Hill Brewery, and they were like, make the base. We're going to put up the recipe online. Any brewery can grab it. Any brewery can grab the can art, and they can make it. And all they ask is if they've made any sort of profit to donate those profits to the Actors Fund. And I think like 70 breweries jumped on board.
Nice.
So it's been really cool. I drank the one from Gun Hill, and I've still got one from Torch and Crown I'm going to go through. But basically, it was like a hazy IPA, and then anyone could do anything they wanted to it. So Torch and Crown, I think, made a double IPA.
Nice.
So it's kind of a cool cause. So if you can find this beer, absolutely buy it and help out. And it's
Cool.
anything to help out those actors, and everyone else in that industry.
I was going to say, yeah, the industry as a whole, for
Yeah.
sure, but with the past year or so. Good Lord.
And so, yeah, that's the Happy Hour guys. They're two really cool guys who are doing awesome work. So check out that.
They sponsor our show.
Yeah, well, now they do.
Oh, now they do. Yeah, that's right. Them
All
and
right.
Telluride, the Kia.
God, that Kia Telluride, that thing drives so smooth.
You should see it in front of mountains. I don't know where we can find any, but it's gorgeous.
All right. We ready to get into this?
I'm
Sure.
ready.
Sure.
Let's. Now, granted, for those of you who are just joining us, which
No.
I'm sure is at least most of you.
We never have any repeat viewers except for Vero.
Correct. So,
I have to pay her.
history and facts is. So history and facts kind of leads into what we consider to be more trivia as well, where we go through. In this situation, we're going to go through a lot more about what a fest beer is. We're going to talk
Do
about.
we?
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, you made this, right?
I did.
Yeah, you're smart as shit. We're going to do that. But typically when we have a brewery on or a specific beer on, we'll go through the history of the brewery. We'll have trivia and facts about the beer itself, the brewery itself, the founders,
The head brewer.
The head brewer, right. This is like a true German beer, so I don't know how much information. I'm not privy to trivia fact prior to the show, which means I get everything wrong. But it's just kind of a fun way to interact. So if you're logged into YouTube, you can also answer along to all the questions. We try to give it a little bit extra time in between the questions for the lag time. So, and yes, history is the Beetlejuice of Wish You Were Beer.
That says beet.
What?
Oh, no, there's an L in there. It's fine.
Why would Vero say history is the beet juice?
I don't know. I was like,
She's a big fan of beet juice.
Yeah.
You know.
That's her Friday podcast. It's all about beet juice.
Vero and I host it together.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into some trivia.
All right.
Okay. So we have covered this before.
Oh no.
Vero.
Time to test everyone's memory.
Okay.
What is Ryan Heiss? Oh, you can't change the screen on me like that.
Okay.
Ryan Heiskebolt.
There's no L.
Bolt.
But
Bolt. A, the law which details the accepted and specific list of ingredients that must be used to brew beer. A 1500s law from Bavaria which regulated beer production and limited ingredients to prevent price competition with bakers. A marketing ploy used by German breweries to make their beers more desirable. Or D, a historical beer regulation that was enacted upon Bavaria and then later Germany, but it did not have any significant impacts to other beer brewers in other locations. So,
that was so wordy.
There's a lot here. I'm sorry. It's a select what you think. One or all or
well,
two
I know
or
that
three.
it's A, B, C, or D.
Well, yeah, you get to. It's a select what applies.
You didn't say that.
I know
Oh,
it was too much
so
words.
it's more than one.
It could be more than one.
I feel like that's all of my now.
Jesus, you gotta specify
Okay.
that shit. 'Cause
Select all that apply.
I just pulled the trigger on A, and now
I was going
already-
hard A on this one
It's
too.
a hard A. You are a hard A, Phil. If it's all that applied, then I'm gonna go with A and B.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Okay. I'm waiting for Vero. I should have waited because I almost pulled the trigger on A. Oh, thank God. Whew.
All right.
Surely
Tiffany,
I'm correct then.
Are
So-
all three of us correct?
Nope.
You're all half correct. It
Got
is all of these actually, and I may have worded them a little tricky on purpose because
You worded the question wrong is the problem. I didn't know there was a multiples.
you selected two options.
You said,
All right,
what
so-
is?
Hold. All right.
Period.
Pause. All right. So, Ryan Heitzgebolt
Stop. Gebolt.
is it means purity order, which is on the can for this. It does only contain hops. I have this written down because I'm gonna say it wrong. So hops, barley, and water. It does not specifically mention yeast, but it was basically they assumed yeast was also going to be involved. So it basically you only have to use these 4 ingredients. You can't add anything else. So you can't add citrus peel or whatever. You have to make sure the hops and the barley that you're using, or not, the barley is gonna bring out the flavors you want, right? So it was in the 1500s and it was in Bavaria, and then things happened in Europe, and then Germany appeared out of nowhere.
How many things happen in
Yeah.
Europe? I feel
So
like I'm
then-
not getting the full picture here.
Listen,
No,
as
nothing
is in
ever
history,
happens in Europe. Nothing.
What happened in the
not
1500s?
not a full history lesson. Anyway,
I saw
so
Monty Python.
current day breweries in Germany use this as a marketing ploy to make that beer seem more important or better than the other ones because
Sure.
it's got this purity law. And it was only kind of specified for the Bavarian and German areas.
True.
So all of them are right. It is the slow pour pills we had on episode, I don't know.
227.
Was also brewed in the same purity order, and that one was out of a Colorado brewery we had, so you should look it up. It was also delicious.
It was.
You should slow pour all of your Pilsners.
All right. Is your next question at least true or false, or is it?
No, you used to go more before true and false happens. Okay, so how long?
Oh, this may be the best response ever. Things happen in Europe is what Germany calls 1940 to 1945.
Not wrong, Dave.
Oh, that is so good.
is actually really funny.
Okay.
Okay, so how long has Tucher Bräu been brewing beer? So 400 years, 350, 300 years, or 250? And I did do the math for you. Also, for those of us in America, check out those dates.
Hold on. Also, are these all potentially correct?
No,
Okay, because now I'm confused on how this works.
Specific number.
So I add all these up, and
Yep.
good
I'm
lord.
checking the can because
Don't look at the can, you cheater. Don't look
I
at
can
the
do
can.
it. It is the can is in front of me. I am allowed to do it.
Vero says B, which means I'm gonna go C.
I'll back her up and go with B as well.
Wouldn't be the first time.
What? Okay, so they have been.
You always take our side, Phil.
So they have been brewing beer and consistently brewing beer for 350 years. They actually were founded in 672,
Good lord.
which
600 or 1672?
16.
672
You're right,
is
16.
very old.
You're right.
beer.
I forgot the one. The one is irrelevant. It's in all of them. I was just.
Morning. Good morning. And definitely B.
All right. Anyway, but yeah, 350 years is how long this brewery has been in business. They have changed names depending on kind of what has happened over those 350
40
years.
to 45.
But yeah, they have been using a lot of the same recipes and things, which is crazy to me because
because most of the brewers we have on here are like, we started in 2016.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So they're like, oh, we hit like our 5-year anniversary, and we're like, wow, like that's amazing, because it wasn't
You must
until
be so good at what you do.
Well, it was like I know we had this in the show, but I was gonna say it was like the mid '80s that like beer was officially able to be brewed and sold, like in America. So
we're very progressive.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's what everyone always says about America.
True story.
Yeah.
What we lack in beer laws, we make up for in abortion laws.
Nope.
Let's not go there.
No, goodness gracious. That's for the end of the show.
No.
That's your wish you beer. All right. Next question then.
Next question.
Oh, it's a true or false.
Oh, thank God. A
Okay.
Festbier is a lighter golden-colored German lager style developed by Paulaner and introduced at Oktoberfest in the 1970s. True and or false? See what I did there?
No, it's just or.
Okay, true or false?
Ooh, interesting. This one's interesting to me.
70s seems late for a Festbier, though.
But it also could have been like they needed something to like spark new interest in Oktoberfest because maybe like it was kind of dying out a little bit.
Pure marketing ploy.
Yeah,
So-
it could have just been like we need a new beer.
I mean, the beers are different.
We talked about this a little bit in our last show of how Oktoberfests were traditionally more of like a Marzen, which is what this one is, right? So it's much darker. And then they did end up going from the Oktoberfest Marzen style to a Festbier, which was the lighter color as well. I don't know if I told you the year,
Yeah.
but
Well-
it's at least half right.
Vero says true, so naturally it's false.
I was thinking true because that just seems like the time period when things would have to start, I don't know, picking up again or something. So I'm going with true as well.
It is true.
God.
We haven't even opened it yet, but I know what color it is now.
So anyway, they debuted,
You're learning, Phil.
They debuted this Festbier. Yeah.
Debut?
Debuted, whatever. They debuted. That's a weird.
That was a weird word for you just now. They debuted.
They debuted the beer in the 70s, but it wasn't until the 1990s that Festbier became like the encompassing umbrella of all Oktoberfests. And so now that is the Festbier is the traditional style, and it is a much lighter.
Probably a little easier to drink. If I was drinking beer all day, typically speaking, beers of this color are going to sit on your stomach a little heavier than a lighter style beer.
I mean, also,
for me.
this is 2 pints, and I assume, drink more than one.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They're all under a 6%.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I would almost guess that they wanted the festivities to last longer and make them
True story.
so that people are spending more money at them, and that so if you make a lighter beer, people are going to drink all day in the sun.
Correct.
Whereas,
it's the same reason tailgates have Bud Light.
Yeah, 100%.
I still need you to come to the game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Still questionable.
You imagine tailgating with double IPAs? Like, we got here at 8. We were in the tent by 10 a.m.
I've imagined it. I had to imagine the game after drinking like that before. It's like, yeah, I was there. Totally there.
Well, don't worry, you'll get to see it Sunday.
Oh, don't you bring up Tom Brady again.
Question
All right.
4.
All right. So, what makes Tucher's Festbier different from the Festbiers or Oktoberfests that you would find at Oktoberfest?
Pick one that applies or all that apply?
It's one.
Okay.
It's one.
I'm going to go. Oh, sorry. Okay.
I think. Yes, it is one option.
Okay. Are you going to read them?
Yep. Okay, it's one option. I have a cheat computer on this side. You just can't see it. Okay, A, it is the same, just brewed outside of Munich and therefore unable to use the Oktoberfest name. B, it is a fuller-bodied Helles that you would find in the true Oktoberfest, so it's heavier. C, it's a lighter variant than the true Oktoberfest. And D, this particular beer does not follow the standard brewing laws and includes extra ingredients.
You do have at least 2 steins with your breakfast at Oktoberfest. Honestly, this sounds like the right place for me. Sorry.
I won't make it to
Sorry.
breakfast.
I got distracted. I'm
going to go with A because I know that it's about being outside of Munich.
correct.
So
If you'll go with A, I assume Vero's going to go with the right answer, which means I'll go B.
We'll wait for Vero.
We don't have to.
Yeah,
I'm obviously right at B. She didn't. So she's Googling it now. See?
She said B.
Or she did. I'm correct.
It is. It is B. So
All right.
This-
Y'all have a good
this-
rest of the show. No.
gotta go B.
it's been a while since you've gotten one right, Daniel.
I know. That's why I was just going to leave.
Okay, so it is true that if you aren't inside the city limits of Munich, you cannot use the word Oktoberfest in your beers in that location. And that the Tucher Brewery is in Bavaria. It's in northern Bavaria. So it's definitely outside of the Munich fairgrounds. But it is a fuller-bodied Helles.
So you say A and B are correct?
No. So A it's the same. It is not the same. It is fuller-bodied. I was just saying that,
I got you.
you know, that's why it's
Got
not
it.
called that. And then the other ones we already covered. D, it is following those laws, and it's not a lighter if it's fuller-bodied. And
Right. Well, I'm going to crack this beer open.
yes,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just finished the other one, so perfect time.
That's literally why I was going to crack it open. I was like, well, I'm out of beer, so here we go.
I still have a lot of mine.
I'm excited for this one. One,
This
'cause
is
the
this is
can
such
is
like a
big.
best beer can. Like, yeah. like it just screams like Steins and Lederhosen to me.
Yeah, like this will fill up a quarter of your stein.
Yeah.
You
It
just need to get a
will.
4-pack and you'll get a whole stein.
So typically at this point in the show, as we're going through trivia, we'll go ahead and crack the beer and give it a couple of tastes as we're going along. So that way, once we get to where we discuss the actual beer, we pretend like we know what we're talking about.
That's fair. Yeah, everything you just said.
Yeah, I kind of slow poured mine. So
Very pretty.
wow, look at you.
Is that the whole thing in there?
Yeah, that's the whole thing in there.
Well, this holds 2 pints. And
I
that's
saved
one
some of
pint.
mine because I'm going to add it to it, like just so she doesn't feel left out.
I don't need it.
Yeah, I was like, I still got some in here and I filled up a pint glass.
Right?
So that's my kind of beer.
I like it. All right, let's get to the next question.
All right.
All right. True or false? The beer selection at Oktoberfest. Oh, I forgot to say the last one. The reason. Sorry, hold on. Really quick. The Frühling Fest is a summer or a spring variant of Oktoberfest, and that's why this is a fuller-bodied Helles because they use different ingredients. It's actually brewed for the spring, not for the October.
Well, then this answer is true. You just literally said why it's true.
Oh.
All right. Perfect. Next question.
True. But yeah, so
Can you believe this is our 497th show?
You know what? Though? You know what's exciting though?
I
This is our last show in its 20s.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
that's 29.
Holy shit, have we done that many already?
Yeah, we got episode 30 next week.
God, that's
And
30,
I still can't pull this shit together. So,
Nope.
30 Thursdays of my life I'll never get back.
Never.
so
Because on other Thursdays, you weren't just sitting at home drinking beer anyway.
Playing Rocket League.
yeah, but he was watching football.
True.
But hold on.
Now
So,
we've had some time to drink the beer. Oh, wait, we fucking shat the bed on the other question.
hold on. So, just really fast with the true or false. They are different time frames, and therefore differ in like the hops and barley that they're using.
Sure.
But basically the
Different harvests, different.
right. So the Frühlingsfest is the spring one, and it's also known as like Little Oktoberfest. But it is up in the like northern hills of Bavaria, so it's just a different festival.
Just another
But,
beer festival. I mean, there's
yeah,
one
it's
every,
usually-
one every week.
a little bit more like mellow because it's not nearly as like widely known and traveled for,
Right.
like Oktoberfest.
So it's probably a little more local, a little more laid back, a little more like, hey, we're going to get together this weekend. Kind of like what we're about to do this weekend. Like, hey, we're going to get together in our local area and have an Oktoberfest, but nobody's flying in from Germany.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're still at Oktoberfest. Obviously.
Good Lord, it's only September.
Passed out at one of the tables.
Now that we've drank the beer,
I still
hold
haven't
on,
done that.
go.
Sorry.
Go ahead, I'll take over.
You read, Daniel.
Okay, so I have drank half of my beer already.
No, you
and
know that.
so now that I/we've had some
Oh,
time
this
to
is
drink
good.
the beer, what is the flavor profile of Tucher's Festbier? Select all that apply. I mean, this is whole grain cereal. There's no honey and bunches of oats in this shit.
Well, there shouldn't be any orange zest because you said that's against the rules.
Well, if you talk about it, it's in the beer, though. Beer's
Or
very subjective.
remember I mentioned that you can use hops and barley that have certain flavor profiles,
Correct.
which there are some hops that do have more of a citrus versus floral
Got it.
notes.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd go grassy. Grassy's more like a. I don't get anything grassy from it.
Yeah.
Actually, whole grain cereal kind of makes a little bit of sense now that I see it.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's like a bready honeyness to it.
Mhm.
It kind of fits that.
Which is honey bunches of oats. Oh,
There
sorry.
it is.
Trying to feed
We gotta
America.
feed America.
So
I
we're
love
all
that.
agreeing that it's B, we're assuming.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of them.
I'm not really
Select
getting
all that apply.
I'm not really getting orange.
I don't know what rose hips are. I assume
I don't
it's
either.
Rose Burns hips, and I've never tasted them.
I'd love to.
Jesus, yeah.
Ugh.
B, C, and D for me. Sounds like a shopping at the Navy. Yeah, definitely cereal for me. I don't get a lot of orange from it, but that's a flavor I don't really like, so I think I turn it off a lot of times. Because I've had some like orange, like zesty style beers that I liked, but I had to tell myself it wasn't orange because I had a bad experience in high school.
Mimosas, they hit hard.
Okay, we went to different high schools. Mine was gas station, vodka, and orange juice. Yeah. Dried basil for sure.
Yeah.
Like a lot of herb.
I do. I mean, I don't know if you guys get it at all.
Vera wants to know how you liked the brunchies.
Oh,
beer.
yeah. So the Brunchies beer that we did, now that I've outed myself that I don't like orange juice very much.
But you love it when it's creamsicle.
Well, yeah, that doesn't bother me as much. And the cinnamon took off some of the orange for me, which kind of leveled it out a little bit. I also like orange rolls, like shitty Pillsbury orange rolls.
You brought those home.
I'll
and I
eat
was
those
like,
motherfuckers all day.
Nope, not me.
What is the answer, Tiffany?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's whole grain cereal, orange zest, and dried basil. So the orange zest. So unlike the actual like juice of the orange zest is going to be kind of more of like a bright flavor and a little bit bitter than like the orange juice itself, which is usually sweeter and more of like the traditional orange. So I do taste the zest.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I am not.
Let's just say that flavor is subjective.
Oh no, it
well.
definitely is. Like I said,
So-
I got a lot of basil out of it for me, but that's
Did I say basil? Basil is one of the answers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's find out what we all think of this beer.
well, I tell you what I think.
This week we are drinking Tucher.
This week we are drinking.
Okay, everyone stop. This week we are drinking a fest beer from Tucher Bräu.
There it is.
Hold on,
And that's just assuming that you're saying it correct.
God, I love you,
yeah.
bastards.
Drinking their fest beer because it is the end of Oktoberfest. We are trying this beer. God, this is going well.
Let's read.
Honestly, I don't even know why I let you two talk. Like, as much shit as y'all give me about how dumb I am and how much I don't do anything for this show, if you two were the only ones talking on here, it would just be a first grade convention of trying to figure out English.
It sounds like a great show to me.
It is. It's Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grade? Jeff Foxworthy already did it. That's your demographic now.
Tiffany, what do you think of this beer?
So, I like this beer. I think the basil, like that, like earthy note to it, kind of.
I believe it's basil.
Okay. Like that earthy note mixed with like the like sweeter like bready. Like we talked like the whole grain cereal. Those two flavor profiles kind of are really like balancing each other out on my end. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to rate it though.
Okay.
I'm kind of torn.
You can think about it.
Let's go. I'm gonna go with 3.75.
Okay. Daniel?
Honestly, yeah, I think it's an extremely well-balanced beer. It's from the fest beer aspect into things, which again, for you guys not familiar with the show, we always try to judge our beer against the same style of beers we've had. I've had a lot of fest beers, but they've all been local, like, variations of it. So it's hard for me to put this one on a pedestal or demote it from the other ones I've had. So I think I have to rate it as a beer, not necessarily as a fest beer, which as a beer, I think still a solid 3.5. Like I drink another one of it.
3.5 out of 5.
Purity?
Do the Untapped rating.
Correct.
So everyone knows.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah. These are Untapped ratings.
Follow us on Untapped.
If you don't know that by now, join me tomorrow at 8:30 when I go back to work, and you can see my next beer check-in.
So you're giving it a 3.5.
3.5, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's fair. I think I'm going to be in that realm with you too.
Okay.
I will say, like, when I first drank it, this is why I do love that we have switched to start drinking it during trivia, because if I had rated this from my first sip, I probably would have gone a little lower. I don't love it, but I think I just don't love maybe the style that much.
Sure.
But as I've continued to drink it, I've actually starting to enjoy it more. I'm getting more of the flavors. I'm getting like the honey, the bread, and I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty good. I don't have a lot to compare it to other fest beers because I haven't gone down that realm much. But for me, as a beer, I'm going to go with the 3.5 as well.
Nice.
So as a show score, where does that put us?
3.9. I'm pretty good at math.
I can't do the 3.9.
Oh yeah, that's right. You should come on board, man. Join the dark side.
I still don't know how to actually do that. Like, there's a setting I have to go in and like turn on to be able to do anything outside of like a 0.25.
Does our 3.5s bring it down to a 3.5 though?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I think,
for a show score, we are at
I think you know the answer.
A democracy,
Yeah.
which is.
I'd like to say you know how a democracy works, but you're living in California.
no idea.
No, so honestly, I think
Talk to the gerrymandering in
it's-
Texas.
it's always weird for me with fest beers in general. So like we had a couple years ago now, we had a advent calendar that was all German beers that
was
followed
good.
all the purity laws. So there was one beer for every day of
nice.
December. Like I mean,
it was great.
it was great,
Costco.
but they all started to kind of taste the same, and they all started to get like, oh, this is kind of a pilsner. This is kind of what I expect from this variation. And so sometimes fest beers have that same thing for me of great. If you really followed the flavor profile, they kind of all start to blend together a little bit for me, but that could just be an ignorant palate as well, which let's not kid ourselves. If anyone's palate is ignorant, you're looking at him.
The guy who doesn't like orange juice. Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm not alone. You don't like orange juice either. Or are you talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Well, this is a stupid show. All right,
Now,
so-
could you drink this beer all day though? Let's
oh
say-
yeah, any day of the week.
Right.
Yeah, that's
It's easy.
all of these. Honestly, for
Well-
me, a lot of the Marzens, a lot of the fest beers are similar to pilsners. For me,
Yeah.
I can drink them all day. I don't have any big reaction to any of the flavors that stick out.
The basil like continues to like really pop in the beginning, and then it mellows out to the like bready like sweet.
Sure.
I will say I do not like the smell of this beer.
Really?
That was throwing me off. Yeah.
It does have a
But
weird
that
smell. It smells like barley.
Mm.
Yeah.
It just smells.
It's not my favorite, which I think might be throwing off my taste.
Okay.
Here, breathe out of this one. It's a bigger.
Mm-mm.
I could probably do 2 of these before I'd have to change it up to something different.
I think that's fair.
I think that's not. I could do one stein, which is 2 beers of this before I kind of was like, I don't know.
Oh, drain level pours are bad though. I don't know.
Ooh.
That's reserved for what was that? Oh, a Warhead sour.
Oh God, no, that was.
If you missed our Warhead sour review, please go back and look at it. That is the only beer we poured down the drain thus far.
No, you poured it on my carpet.
Well, I mean the drain, the carpet.
Yes, that was a fun show.
All right. So
So 3.5. I think it's a fair score.
I think so as well.
All right.
Literally just. Oh, sorry. We back. I was just swearing at Tiffany to you about you. Wait, I was swearing at about you to Tiffany. There we go.
That sounds right.
Okay.
All right, so this is the part of the show where we take a moment to potentially step away from beer, but not in its entirety, and just mention something that we wish was beer, either from the week, the month, our entire life. Let's not get out of hand, but just gives us a chance to make a commentary on something that we wish was beer other than what it actually is.
So if
And
you've got something, put it in the comments so we can also talk about it.
Please do. Yeah.
Yes.
And luckily, Tiffany already has her NPR website up on her computer, so she's ready.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. Let me sit
Thank
back for-
God.
All right.
Okay, go, Tiffany.
So it's not that bad. This is actually a widely known problem. NPR was the first one that popped up. Thanks, Google, for stalking me that hard.
True.
But no, so this week there were 23 different species that were taken off of the endangered and actually called extinct. A lot of them were birds. I think there's like 20.
Thank God. I'm trying to sleep.
Anyway, so a lot of them were like, they all pretty much knew they were extinct and they were like holding out hope.
They knew they were extinct.
Not
or
the birds and
They
the animals.
absolutely knew.
It's like, boy, science has come a long ways.
Anyway, long story short, like when a beer is no longer in production, like at least you have the recipe and you can bring it back. And it's really sad that when like an animal goes fully extinct, there's really nothing we can do unless it's the woolly mammoth. In that case, that's a different
So we
story.
can Jurassic Park his
Maybe
ass.
we'll bring that one back.
That
but-
ended well.
but no, it's more of just kind of a think about what you're doing to the environment.
And think
Lee.
about beer.
And beer. Beer's good.
You never bring it all the way
I
back.
just did. I said
No,
you can
not
bring beer
really.
back. Did I not finish my sentence?
So
Yeah.
you wish it was beer. Yeah, so you could bring it.
Right. So because
It's
like,
easy
you
to
can,
make a recipe unless the hops go extinct.
I don't know if that's happened.
Now we're on a bigger issue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that bananas went like the original? So no, hold on, really fast.
Hey,
so
see
the
this time
banana flavor that you have in like your runts and things.
No one eats
I
banana.
haven't thought of runts. Why are we aging ourselves so much?
That's Tiffany going, remember banana neckos?
Yeah. Go wafers.
I'm
You guys
not
remember
old.
runts?
I'm not old, but I do use retinol. No, so that banana flavor that you like get in a lot of things, that banana strain actually went extinct due to a weird like virus basically that hit all of the different trees, and so the current bananas were ones that were like left over, and they're like, well, we'll just sell these ones now. That's why the flavor doesn't match the actual banana.
True story.
All right, continue with your 46 circling.
God, I can't circle the clock more for her. Like, hey, by the way, this is when we said we were going to be done.
Hey, we're doing
And now
great.
we're discussing bananas Fosters.
Nope. I didn't say
Okay.
that.
Ooh. Well, no, now we should discuss bananas Fosters.
God, they're fucking delicious. Like, bring that mat gas out, light that bitch on fire, and put some bananas in my mouth.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was actually our Fire Island podcast promo. That's on me.
We were
That's
doing
me.
a commercial for a Fire Island ad.
That's my bad.
For
Emilio
the show.
Estevez was supposed to stop by. He did not. I just took it and ran.
Daniel, what do you wish was beer this week?
Oh my God, there's so many choices. But honestly, now, if you were here, last week, now I just wish Dog the Bounty Hunter was beer. Like, please let the authorities do what they need to do. I'm sure he'll drum up some business or some other things, but if Dog the Bounty Hunter was beer, I could watch him on TV. Good Lord, he's terrible. Every time I see him, I'm like, why would anyone talk to you?
Tell
I don't
me
answer
why,
the door
tell
for
me why
mornings.
you were bringing up Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Because he's now hot on the case of Brian
Yeah, I didn't
Laundrie.
catch this one. for the record.
So Brian Laundrie has been missing. Obviously, everyone's been watching the news and the Gabby Petito story.
Yeah. Once again, you're bringing up.
I know it pisses me off. Nobody can find like a skinhead Nazi white like dude in the middle of Florida. Like
If anyone can, it's Dog the Bounty Hunter.
That's my problem, though. I don't know, because I think he might just be trying to find him to hang out, and that's what makes me angry. Like they're just buddies. He's like, good job.
It's a whole reality show of him chasing at the end. He catches him.
True
and
story.
They just hang out.
How you doing, Jordy's Beer Reviews? Good to see you, bud.
Welcome.
But I think, honestly, I just wish Dog the Bounty Hunter was beer so that he'd stay where he belongs, which is in advertising or in the grocery store maybe, and let the real people take care of things.
Or in the fridge.
There we go.
Well, I can't put him in a fridge. That's a body count reference.
Is it?
It's a deep album cover. All right, go ahead, Phil.
All right. So this week I wish was. Oh, hello.
Wow,
This
no.
week the things I wish was beer. Here we go. I think I've used this one before, but I'm gonna use it again because
No.
today I am. I wish that working out was beer because
Okay.
today I had to empty out my pod of moving stuff. I had to lift all these boxes and bring them into the house. And if all these boxes were beer, I'd be like, all right, I can do this, like working out. But I had to kill.
I'm going to work through this because
Yeah.
the end result is mud.
Is great. So maybe I wish my moving boxes were beer instead of just the junk that I moved across the country. Because I don't mind emptying out a pod full of beer. Like that's a great day.
But then where are you going to put it all?
I give you a hint. It rhymes with my belly.
Yeah.
Actually, it is just my belly.
Vero wishes that international travel was beer. Because 10 hours of beer in times of COVID sound okay to me. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd much rather
yeah.
drink 10 hours of beer than travel for 10 hours in a
Well,
plane.
pre-COVID, you could drink 10 hours of beer on that flight, but nowadays they're not giving it away like they used to.
No.
Gotta do a quick mask off, put
Yeah.
it back.
It's a pain in the butt.
No, but they don't even serve on planes anymore.
Well, maybe not to you, hotshot, but I'm decent looking.
Hide it in your sleeve. Hide it in your sleeve. Or no, have you seen those like the wine bras?
Yeah, but you're not going to get that through security. Those guys are brilliant. They're not going to let you through. And then you have to show them. They're going to be like, well, there's something in your bra.
It's a water bra. I gotta lift these puppies up.
Yeah. And then I'll be over there threatening to sue him. It creates a whole scene.
All so you can have some beer from Tiffany's Bra.
That's also you can just
Very warm.
It's all a water game for us. That's just
Very
you running
just-
by us on the same flight as they're distracted with all our actual beer.
Do you guys drink beer on flights or do you go liquor?
No,
I don't.
I don't drink much liquor. I do like bourbon, but for all intents and purposes of me not becoming Napoleon in every sense of the word, I don't drink a lot of liquor. Because I'll just be 5'7" trying to fight, Shaquille O'Neal at a bar somewhere and like an idiot.
I've seen you do it, so I
know.
think you've made a good choice.
I agree, sir.
Napoleon, because in that time period, like 5'7" was an average height.
5'7" is still an average height, god damn it.
Well,
How you
Good
gonna
job.
throw that
Tiffany's
out there?
pushing Daniel down again this episode.
God.
but
He
no.
wasn't quite a dwarf like
So-
you.
So, like.
Oh, by the way,
because
Tiffany, your score this week is similar to Daniel. Your score for
That's an important 0.75.
better than your score.
Now, let's not go down the history
It's
of
fine.
Napoleon Bonaparte, please.
No, it just the painting was a satire, and then it got really popular, so it made him look small.
So
on the
we
horse.
still went down the history.
It's fine. That's my job.
You know why they
History
pointed the
facts.
Mona Lisa?
Oh, what are we
Funny
doing?
about the Mona Lisa?
Nothing's
Y'all
funny.
know what we're doing next week.
What
For
are we
those-
doing next week?
For those still around, I hope you will join us next week. When
First of all, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you so much.
real
Uh,
troopers.
I hope that you'll join us next week when we do a beer from Talia called Sunup.
Oh, I'm excited for this one because they're
Yeah.
out of New York, right?
And
yeah.
it's an all women owned and run brewery.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Oh, no one told me that. No.
Oh, my bad. You should have responded to the email.
Skipping this week. No.
It'll just be a blank wall.
Yeah, I'm not here. Just good luck, guys.
No, I'm just excited to have a New York brewery. Like, that's...
Yes,
Yeah,
we
an
actually
all
have.
female run brewery sounds
Yep.
awesome.
So we have the Sun Up, and then we also have one of their sours, and I can't remember the name of it.
Sure.
But we're featuring the Sun Up, but we're gonna have both while we're on the show.
Yep.
They're actually really famous for their sours.
I
So
love a 2-beer show.
Trust me. It's almost as good as 2 beer Tiffany.
me too, except for I can't finish either one of them.
I'm also excited that we're doing like their non-sour, even though I know they're known for their sours, but I
Sure.
don't like scoring sours because I feel bad because I don't tend to like them. So
Well,
It's-
I'm okay with that. So, like, for me, honestly, with scoring sours, it's
That's
always
the
the
other
same
one.
thing. I just try to think about sours. Like, okay, if I'm going to have a sour candy, is this good against other sour candies I've had, even if that's not my
Those
thing?
Warhead beers were not like sour candies.
Now, we should do a whole show on them fucking Warhead beers.
Nope,
All right.
I don't know.
I'm excited to try it from this brewery. I'm excited to try 2 different beers from them. And as a place that's known for their sours, that's exciting.
True.
Because
Next, we had the
they're known for
sour
their
from
sours.
Hazelfinch.
Yeah.
And their sour was great.
True. I'm hoping that this one's like really sour though, because Ouzelfinch's wasn't super sour.
Theirs was very much so more of like a fruited smoothie.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to like a true sour. So
Interesting.
we'll see. Well,
All right, so go, Phil. You take
no,
over.
no, you close it. I'm not.
No, you've done
I'm not,
so
I'm not in
good.
I'm not in any position to close this show.
So well at speaking the language tonight.
Over at the Old Navy.
Nah, so seriously, thanks everybody for joining us on these shows. We really do appreciate it. This show, in all honesty, is really just an excuse for me and Tiffany to have a beer with Phil, and we kind of turned it into something where hopefully we can bring some knowledge not only to us but to everybody else watching and get to try some beers that we wouldn't normally have. So
And interact with people that we've never interacted
yeah,
with.
cool. Yeah, so
Not Vero. Vero, I text on a regular basis.
Vero,
but like everybody else.
yeah, sure. But no, Jordy's Beer Reviews. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Right.
Shoot us a message.
Dane Yoshida, killer
Dane,
jokes
Killer,
today.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Simo Subs.
Simo
Thank you.
Subs, thanks for coming by. Like
I
seriously,
love.
that's-
By the way, I love Simo Subs' show too. You guys should check it out. He's on
Okay.
YouTube as well. He just drinks beer. Just literally sits in front of his computer, has a beer. He's got like a ton on draft. Really cool guy,
Oh,
and he just
cool.
talks about it. He's hilarious. So
I dig
definitely check out his show.
That's one of the reasons we do this show, so
Right.
that we can catch up with people, have beer with people, talk about something that we all have in common, which is obviously beer. Let's not kid ourselves. So come join us next week. Keep up on our page. We're constantly checking in beers and doing little shorts or doing promo videos, or follow our Instagram or Facebook, all the nonsense. Make sure you subscribe. And honestly, we look forward to seeing all y'all again next week. Maybe.
I'm
Wink,
excited.
wink, nudge,
Yeah, I'm
nudge.
excited.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Is this when I should have closed it up?
This is
This
the
was the
time.
spot?
This is one.
God,
Yeah.
one of these
I
days,
can't freeze frame this hard.
I'm going to nail this.